This is Martin's Sunship. It is our book for children's stories, and it begins here. Martin lived in a small town filled with long country roads. Anywhere that he and his family wanted to go took at least 20 minutes to get to. He loved Crudeville, but he did not like having to stop for gas so often. Martin had to make another one of those gas station stops today, before being dropped off for school from his mom. They also had to stop at this gas station because it was the only one in town. As he waited for the car to fill with gas, he wondered, where did all the gas come from? He asked his mom, who replied, saying, "It comes from those big tanker trucks." Martin looked down at the pricing screen. Why is this higher than what you paid on Monday, Mom?" "I don't know. I guess the station just did not have enough gas, so they had to raise the price." Stinks, doesn't it? Gas just keeps getting more and more expensive these days. Martin and his mom got back in the car and drove to school. All day, all he could think about was why gas was so expensive. Why would gas not just stay the same price every time his mom filled up? He got back home and searched for more answers on the internet. Martin was no doubt a smart student. He got straight A's on all his tests, and he loved learning new things. As he searched, he found gas came from tanker trucks, which he knew. But those tanker trucks came from refineries or work facilities, and those refineries get their oil from deep underground. Reading more, he discovered that this oil actually comes from dead organisms in the ground. Martin was pretty grossed out when he learned this. But he also realized how little gas there was left of these dead organisms. Where did we get all the oil from when they were gone, he wondered. But he would not find any answers. The oil would just be gone. If the supply was gone, how were cars going to move? Martin knew this was a big problem. There has got to be another way to keep cars moving, or we are doomed, Martin yelled, running out of the room to tell his mom what he discovered. This is a problem. So we need to find another way to power our cars, right? "Well, like what?" Martin's mom replied, "I don't know. There's got to be some other way." Martin went back to his room and he looked outside to the field across the street. He saw the rows of solar panels and remembered his mom saying those panels give windmills energy from the sun to grow. Suddenly, this gave him an idea. If the panels give the windmills energy, why can't they give cars energy to move too? Martin woke up Saturday morning, ready to begin working on his project. Even skipping breakfast, he spent the whole day finding out ways to put solar panels on his go-kart. Luckily, his birthday was coming up, so he was able to ask for things he needed to build his car. His mom thought he was crazy, but agreed to get him what he asked for. Before long, the solar panel was complete. He had one panel on the top and one on the side and one on the back. He decided to take it for a test run, and to his surprise, it worked. Even after removing the gas, the car was still able to run on its own. He drove up and down the street, and when his mom saw him, she said, "Looks kind of like a spaceship." "How does it run?" she asked. "Power from the sun. It gives the car all the energy it needs to move." "You could call it a Sunship." Martin and his mom laughed at this name. Martin kept testing his new invention up and down the street before being stopped by his neighbor, Mr. Colson. "Get your spaceship-looking thing out from the front of my driveway. I'm trying to get in a car, and one that runs normally on gas. This silly little car will never work out in the real world, said Mr. Coulson harshly. Martin apologized and kept driving. The more he drove, the more he heard his neighbors make fun of his new invention. "Why are you driving a spaceship?" said Mrs. Nuclentree. "The sun's for heat, not for power," Mrs. Nagas yelled. But Martin did not pay any mind to them. He liked his Sunship. Before he went to bed that night, Martin watched the nightly news with his mom. "Breaking news," said the newsman. The town's oil the oil tanker for Crudeville has crashed, dumping all the town's oil supply all over the streets. Expect gas prices to soar through the roof because of limited supply to town. Martin woke up the next morning to find his mom looking sad on the couch. "What's wrong, Mom?" he asked. "Well, with the town's nearly out of gas, no one is able to get anywhere until a new shipment comes in. They said it could take weeks, and I needed to get groceries for dinner tonight from the store." Right away, Martin knew what he had to do, and he ran right out of the room, yelling for his mom to come behind. They ran to the garage to find the cart looking as new as ever. His mom nodded and said, "Couldn't hurt to give it a shot." The streets were empty except for Martin's Sunship, which him and his mom got to the store with easily on this sunny day. They got their groceries and drove home watching to find their neighbors staring at them in amazement. "Wow," said Mr. Coulson. "Never thought that would work for that," said Mr. Nuclentree. "I might need you to make me one of those myself," said Mrs. Nagas. "See, unlike our town's gas, the sun does not appear to be running low on energy anytime soon," said Martin as they laughed in agreement. And that is my book, Martin's Sunship. Thank you.